I just finished Hero of Ages, which is book 3 in the Mistborn Era 1 trilogy, which is in the giant Brandon Sanderson Cosmere. I am so excited to have finished the first series in the giant Cosmere. I'm having a blast. I absolutely loved this book, and I'm going to be giving you a spoiler-free review for the Hero of Ages. So let's get into my star ranking for this book, why I rank it the way I am, and how I overall feel about this conclusion to this phenomenal trilogy, and what comes next for me in the Cosmere. First things first, what is my ranking of this book? This book I'm going to give a 5.8 stars ranking to, which I know sounds a little silly because usually people rank out of 5 stars. I do rank out of 6 stars, and usually 6-star books are literally perfect word for word books. I wouldn't change a single word written on the page. And guess what? Hero of Ages is absolutely a 6-star book. I wouldn't change a single word written. It was phenomenal. I absolutely love this book. I think this book is perfect. It's perfect. I loved it. It was phenomenal. It was fabulous. So why am I not giving it 6 stars? There are 2 reasons. Reason 1 and reason 2. These are the first 2 books in the Mistborn Era 1 trilogy. Mistborn Book 1, which is also known as The Final Empire, I gave this book a solid 4.4 stars. And The Well of Ascension, which is book 2 in the Mistborn First Era trilogy, I gave this one 3.9 stars. The reason why I didn't give 5 stars to this one is because the romance felt a little too YA, just a little bit, and I wanted a little bit more fight scenes from this book. Otherwise, absolutely loved this book. I thought it was phenomenal and fantastic. I gave 3.9 stars to The Well of Ascension, mainly because the first half, about the first 350 pages, was a little bit difficult to get through. I'm going to be honest. I loved it. I thought it was fabulous, but it also was a little slow and at times a little annoying. And so I couldn't rank this higher than book 1 in the Mistborn Era 1 trilogy. And I gave it a 3.9 stars. And I also said that I know that when I reread this trilogy, that this book is absolutely going to get a higher ranking. And by the time I've gotten to the end of the Hero of Ages, I can guarantee that when I reread this book, it is going to hit so differently, and I am pretty sure that I'm going to feel so much better about The Well of Ascension, given the context that I now know having completed the trilogy. But because those first 2 books were under 5 stars, and because of the fact that this book cannot operate as a standalone whatsoever, it relies on the previous story that is told in books 1 and 2. That is the only reason why I'm not giving this 6 stars. Otherwise, this is a perfect book. It is perfect. It is absolutely fabulously perfect. The things that I loved about this book include, I appreciate that the chapter lengths are shorter in this book. It's a faster read. Every single chapter slaps. I mean, every single chapter is fabulous. Every time we start a chapter, I'm like, oh, we're going over to this character now. Wait, but I want to stay at the character that we're on. But then this other character has something crazy going on that's really interesting. We get to the end of their chapter, and I'm like, oh my gosh, what's about to happen? And then the next chapter flips back to the previous one, and I'm like, wait, no, come back. I felt so hooked. From the very beginning, nonstop, the entire way through, The Hero of Ages was intriguing and fascinating. It was gripping. I was present for the whole thing. I was really locked in. I had a couple life things that made me slow down my reading of this, but if life wasn't as stressful as it currently is with my thesis project and all that nonsense, I would have bulldozed through this book a lot faster. But I absolutely love The Hero of Ages. The ending is astounding. Again, this is a spoiler-free video, but oh, so much heart, so many like tears. I was like in my room just going at the end of reading this book, and my sister, who had just finished this book like a couple weeks ago, like was like, you finished Hero of Ages, didn't you? Painful but beautiful and amazing. I love the characters. I love the story. I love the arcs, the completion of character arcs, the completion of this arc of the story. I also love that we get little tiny hints into the larger Cosmere. I don't even fully understand exactly what Cosmere means on a larger, broader scale, but I feel like I'm getting a window into it, which is really fun. And I'm so excited to continue in the Mistborn universe with Mistborn Era 2, but this is not going to come for a while. I'm waiting on this. I don't know how to go further into this book without doing spoilers. From, like I said, from a character standpoint, I thought the character arcs were amazing. I thought the twists and turns, the surprises that I got in this book just like shocked me. I did not predict, I could not predict so much in this book. And that's what made it so fun. The ending was just heartbreakingly, devastatingly amazing, completely unpredictable. Absolutely loved it. Brandon Sanderson absolutely knows how to write endings. He does a phenomenal job. That's been the case for the entire first era of Mistborn. Every single ending of each of these books, phenomenal. So I absolutely love this book. This is definitely going to be one of my top reads for this year. Fantastic. Absolutely adored it. I wouldn't change a single word written. Heartbreaking, fantastic. I've got 10 favorite quotes that are spoiler free that I will be posting shortly after this video so that you can see what my favorite quotes were from The Hero of Ages. I can't get over this book, guys. Like, oh my goodness. Heartbreaking, aching. I'm also going to do a full spoiler review for Mistborn Era 1. Because I just feel like I gotta go into it, and to actually go into it and talk about each part that just just so good for me. The big thing I want to say in this video though is if you started the Well of Ascension and it was hard in the first couple hundred pages and you're like, is it even worth it? First of all, for this book, yes, it's worth it. Get past page 350 and then you'll have a great time. And also when you get to the Hero of Ages, it's going to start and proceed phenomenal, start to finish, worth it, worth it, worth it. Just keep going. Like if there's any sense of like, I'm struggling, push through for the ending of this book and push through for the Hero of Ages. That's amazing. So there you have it. That is my spoiler-free review for The Hero of Ages. I know it doesn't include a ton of details and information because I just can't. It's a third book in a trilogy. But this was phenomenal. This is absolutely, absolutely going to be one of my best reads of this year. I know it is. Excellent. Keep reading what you love. Stay tuned for a spoiler-free review for the entire Mistborn Era 1, along with a spoiler review for the entire Mistborn Era 1, if you want to watch that. Next in the Cosmere for me is actually going to be an Arcanum Unbounded. I am going to be reading the short story, The 11th Metal, which can technically be read after book 1 in the Mistborn trilogy, as well as, I think, before the trilogy in totality. I will be reading it at the end, and I'll give a review for that book. I'm also going to read Secret History, which I know, a lot of people say that you should read it after Bands of Mourning. Even in Arcanum Unbounded, it tells you that Mistborn Secret History has massive spoilers for the first trilogy, which is why you really should not read it before the first era trilogy. But it does only say minor spoilers for Bands of Mourning, and my sister who just finished the Mistborn trilogy era 1 strongly recommended that I read it now. And also because I have so many books on my TBR between Mistborn era 1 and Mistborn era 2, that's a big reason why I'm going to be reading Secret History now instead of waiting, because it's just going to take, I have like 19 books that I'm going to be reading in between completing Mistborn Era 1 and starting Mistborn Era 2. That's just a lot to read, so I'd rather read Secret History, which I know has more to do with the Era 1 Mistborn trilogy. So that's why I'm sticking the Mistborn Secret History now, after Era 1. Keep reading what you love, and I will see you next time.